There is a walking method from Japan that university researchers found to be more effective than 10,000 steps a day, and it only takes 30 minutes. No gym, no equipment, no running. I did it every single day for 30 days, and what happened to my blood pressure, my energy, and my waistline genuinely shocked me. By the end of this video, you will know the exact method, the exact timing, and the exact mistake almost everyone makes that cancels out all the benefits. Stay until the end, because I'm also going to show you the one modification that took my results from okay to actually insane. And I'm not telling you that part early. Let's get into it. This channel is where I test viral health trends, so you don't waste your time on the ones that don't work. Some of these experiments backfire. Some of them genuinely change my life. This is one of the second kind. If that sounds useful to you, go ahead and subscribe now so you don't miss the next one. And if you do, drop a like too. It genuinely helps this reach more people. Okay, let's talk about what this method actually is. This method is officially called interval walking training, developed by researchers at Shinshu University in Japan, led by Dr. Hiroshi Noze and Dr. Shizue Nasuki. Here's the format. Walk fast, like you're late for something, for 3 minutes. Walk slow, recovery pace, for 3 minutes. Repeat that cycle 5 times. Total time, 30 minutes. That's it. 5 rounds of fast, slow. It sounds almost too simple, but the researchers studied this on over 246 participants, some of them in their late 60s and 70s, over multiple months. And the results are why this trend exploded again this year. Here's the part most videos skip, and it's the actual reason this matters. When you walk at a constant moderate pace, like a typical 10,000 step day, your body adapts. It gets efficient. Efficient is good for marathon training, but it's actually bad for triggering improvement, because your heart, lungs, and muscles stop being challenged. The interval method forces your body between 2 zones. The fast 3 minutes pushes you into a higher heart rate zone, close to your aerobic threshold. This is where cardiovascular adaptation happens. Your heart gets stronger, your VO2 max improves, blood pressure markers improve. The slow 3 minutes isn't rest, it's active recovery, which trains your body to clear lactate and recover faster. The exact skill that makes daily life and other workouts feel easier. This oscillation is what the research links to: improved blood pressure, better blood sugar control, increased leg strength, higher VO2 max than steady walking, and better outcomes than the same people just walking more steps at one pace. In the original studies, the interval walkers improved significantly more than the steady pace walkers, even though both groups were walking the same amount of time. The intensity pattern was the variable that mattered. Now let's get into my actual 30 days. I'm going to be honest with you. Day 1 humbled me. I assumed fast walking would feel easy. It did not. To hit a genuinely challenging pace, what researchers classify as roughly a 6 or 7 out of 10 effort, I had to almost power walk. My heart rate spiked into the 140s. By the 3rd fast interval, I was sweating in a way I did not expect from just walking. The first week, my biggest mistake was this: I made my fast pace too slow, and my slow pace too fast. I was basically just walking at a medium pace for 30 minutes. That defeats the entire purpose. The contrast between intervals is the mechanism. If you don't feel a real difference between fast and slow, you're not doing the protocol. You're doing a regular walk with extra steps. By the 2nd week, something shifted. My recovery during the slow intervals got noticeably faster, meaning by minute 2 of the slow phase, my heart rate had already dropped significantly, where in week 1 it stayed elevated the entire recovery period. This is actually a measurable fitness marker. Heart rate recovery speed is one of the strongest predictors researchers use for cardiovascular health. Around day 12, I started tracking 3 things daily: resting heart rate, which dropped 4 beats per minute by day 18. Sleep quality score, with noticeably more deep sleep on the nights I walked versus the rare day I skipped. And my afternoon energy crash. This is the one that surprised me. My usual 3 p.m. slump basically disappeared. Here's what changed by day 30. Measured the same way, same time of day, same conditions as day 1. Resting heart rate, down 6 bpm, total. Waist measurement, down just over 1.5 inches. Blood pressure. My morning reading dropped from a borderline elevated range into a healthy range. Stair test. Walking up 4 flights of stairs. My breathing recovered noticeably faster. Mood and energy. Consistently higher in the 2 to 4 p.m. window, which used to be my worst part of the day. None of this came from a diet change. I didn't touch my eating habits for this experiment on purpose. I wanted to isolate the walking variable completely. This was purely the interval pattern. 30 minutes a day, 30 days straight. This actually lines up almost exactly with what the Japanese research teams found in their multi-month trials. Improvements in blood pressure and leg strength typically become measurable within 4 to 8 weeks of consistent interval walking. Remember at the start I said there's one mistake that cancels the benefits. Here it is. People do their fast interval at a pace that's only slightly faster than normal walking. Remember at the start I said there's one mistake that cancels the benefits. Here it is. People do their fast interval at a pace that's only slightly faster than normal walking. If you can comfortably hold a conversation during your fast interval, it's not fast enough. The target is a pace where talking is possible but uncomfortable. Researchers describe it as roughly somewhat hard on a perceived exertion scale. If you can sing, it's too slow. If you can't speak at all, it's too fast. The modification that took my results further. Adding a slight incline or uneven terrain during the fast intervals. A hill, a trail, stadium steps, anything that increases resistance without changing the time structure. This pushed my heart rate higher during the fast phase without adding any extra time, which compounded the cardiovascular effect noticeably faster in week 3 and 4. So, is the Japanese walking method actually worth it? Based on 30 days, real tracked numbers, and 0 diet changes. Yes, it is one of the few viral fitness trends that the actual published research backs up almost exactly as advertised. If you want to try it yourself, 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes slow, 5 rounds, 30 minutes total. Track your resting heart rate and waist measurement on day 1, then check again on day 30. That's it. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Because next video I'm testing the trend that's been blowing up even harder than this one. The cortisol claims everyone's making but almost nobody is explaining correctly. I'm pulling the actual studies apart, and you don't want to miss it. I'll see you in the next one.